Molo Sanbonani, hello, how's it? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Apologies for this episode being slightly later than usual this morning. Guys, starting a agribusiness, a farm is, it takes a lot of time. As ons sê in Afrikaans, as 'n boerdery te begin is nie pap en vleis nie, dis moeilik werk. Alright guys, welcome to it. This is Vuka Nazo, your morning news analysis show where we break down the news day and give you what I think you should be paying attention to. With that being said, if you want to find us here at the BDL show, find us on our website at www.bigdaddyliberty.com. There, of course, you can also pledge some support. I really do encourage you guys to grow the subscriber base. People who contribute a 100 Rand a month towards the show, it helps us keep going and hire the editors and the journos who I'm now speaking to. I just don't have the money to pay them quite yet, but with your support, we'll make that happen. Social media. If you want to find us on social media, all the information is up there if you're watching on Facebook, or down here if it's on YouTube. Now, with that being said, enough with the jibber jabber. Let's get straight into the news. Oh man. Goodness me, does it not suck to be a resident of Gauteng province right now, whether you live in Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, or even wherever in the province. You guys have the worst of the worst right now. What am I talking about? Well, one loser of a politician, PANYAZA Lesufi. Yes, that's right. The same dude who blew allegedly 400 million Rand on sanitizing classrooms that were empty, that had no learners in them. Yeah, that same tosser of a political leader has just been elected by the ANC, the leader of not only their party recently at a Gauteng ANC conference, but now they've codified it all and made him the premier of Gauteng. That's right, in a special sitting in the Gauteng legislature, the ANC effectively by a majority of 38 votes versus the DA's Solim Simanga, lol, womp womp, only got 22 votes. But again, I laugh at this because I'm like, goodness me, there is no reprieve, there is no respite for you Gauteng residents, whether you are a Joburg resident and you're dealing with water shedding at the moment, water cuts and intermittent supply issues, to the load shedding which the whole province is dealing with, and the myriad of other issues. Who did the ANC see fit to elect as their leader in order to lead you Gautengers out of this? Who gives them hope? PANYAZA Lesufi. Oh, that douchebag, that loser. Goodness me, wow. Sucks to be you guys at the moment. EWN, of course, had a write-up about that particular council sitting, pointing out that the results were announced by Judge Aubrey Ledwaba, who presided over the sitting, announced the results, saying PANYAZA Lesufi has been duly elected premier for the province of Gauteng. End of quote. Goodness me. This, of course, you'll remember, was after David Makura, the previous premier, effectively stood aside because he became a lame duck, having lost his prestige and power base within the political party. Wow. I'll end this one here. If anything, what this shows you is that the ANC has zero respect for you as a resident of Gauteng, zero respect for what you are going through, and effectively, given their bad policies and bad ideas and bad governance, what the ANC have put you through. They have no respect for your struggle and your suffering at the moment, especially if they think who will lead them out of this, not going to happen, is PANYAZA Lesufi, that loser of an individual. PANYAZA Lesufi is more likely to worry himself and speak almost ad nauseum about the racists in Orania than he will speak about your issues and what you're likely dealing with. You are in a world of, as ons say in Afrikaans, and if I were you, as you ride this rocky ship towards the provincial and national elections of 2024, remember, that is your moment to stick it to the ANC and get not only PANYAZA Lesufi, but that entire ANC executive out of Gauteng governance, and hopefully you'll vote better in 2024. All right, from Johannesburg and Gauteng, I take you now to Cape Town, where once again crime rears its ugly head in this country. This time, a reminder to you that nowhere is safe. You are not immune to the violent, criminally minded, evil individuals in this country who prowl and literally scour the landscape looking for their next victim, whether it is to deprive us of life or liberty or indeed property rights. Criminals in this country live freer, as I've made the point. If you remember that incident of the German tourist who was shot dead in Mpumalanga, I made the argument that criminals in this country live much freer than we do as law-abiding faith, flag, family, and freedom type individuals. The incident I am referring to today is a brazen shootout on the La-di-da Lani parts of Camps Bay Beach, where two men were left dead in that shootout. Two men who are believed, of course, to be taxi drivers. The police are looking into this matter. There's no arrests as of yet. This piece, which I found in The Independent, quotes the police as having said that the circumstances surrounding the shooting incident were still under investigation. Quote, both victims were declared deceased on the scene by the medical personnel. The motive of this attack is unknown. In Camps Bay, of course, police are investigating 2 counts of murder, close quote. A witness who described the shootings as being at close range and one of the victims being riddled with bullets, end of quotation. Can you imagine a sight like that? Let alone it happening quite frequently on the Cape Flats, where residents live in terror of these individuals who, as I said, will have these shootouts brazenly in the streets. It's now been brought into Camps Bay, a place where you'd never associate this sort of violence, which lends itself to the point I made at the beginning. You are not safe anywhere in this country. Do not let your guard down. Us, the sober, moral, prudent, responsible, law-abiding individuals, always have to have I shouldn't say a paranoid mindset, but a vigilant mindset wherever we are, if we're going to keep ourselves safe. I must say this because, I have no idea who these men were or what the motive behind this attack is, but condolences to their family, because these are human beings. They had family-loving individuals who knew them. Here's a screenshot of a tweet of a woman on social media who, came on and said, actually, here I am thinking, about wondering and reading about this incident, only to find it was a loved one of hers. Guys, crime in this country is at an epidemic proportion, and you cannot bank on the state protecting you. It is up to you to take your safety into your own hands. We've spoken about this at length as to how we can do this. Obviously, building community, having a safety network around you, and becoming a legal firearms owner who trains continuously, has a defensive mindset. It's about time that we, the law-abiding citizens, the faith, flag, family, and freedom type citizen, draw a line in the sand against criminals and say here and no further. All right, in my final story for today, all right, let me compose myself. I take you back to Johannesburg, where there is a wonderfully amusing tiff playing out between the ANC, which, as you'll remember, Mayor Morero was recently elected after the DA coalition collapsed, and the ANC, with the help of EFF and the Patriotic Alliance, ascended back into power in the Johannesburg Council. While there is a war of words now between the ANC and former mayor, the DA's Dr. Phalatse, who, after she had accused them of being effectively corrupt and a looting party, something no one apparently was aware of, the ANC coming out with bluster, fighting, saying, well, this is what the ANC said.
We're calling on her to retract and apologize for calling the ANC corrupt. We're saying she must retract within 48 hours. Failure, which we can then take our time and approach the law enforcement agencies to ensure that we register our case insofar as the defamation of a character is concerned.
Yes, you heard him right, dear viewer. ANC spokesperson in Johannesburg basically saying, prove it, prove that we're corrupt, and threatening Phalatse that if she doesn't retract those naughty comments that the ANC is corrupt, well, in 48 hours, they're going to approach law enforcement and basically take her to task, effectively suggesting they're going to sue her for criminal injury. Goodness me. My words to that, to the ANC, do it. Do it. Yay, ANC. You're our guy. Go to court, try and prove that you're not corrupt. Go ANC. Go ANC. Goodness me. I'm looking forward to that. I will definitely, as I clear an error message on my screen, I will definitely be in court to see that battle wage itself, because I can tell you now, I don't know much about Phalatse as the former mayor, the former DA mayor, but I know something about the DA. It will bring out the receipts and it'll make the case in court on the record, proving the exact statement that the ANC is corrupt. Hashtag the ANC is corrupt. Make sure you get that hashtag going. Hashtag ANC is corrupt. Let's do it, people, because I can tell you now, the DA is not the only party that's thinking that. Now, I know this is a bit of a sideshow, a bit of a distraction, but it was funny for me, and it was a little bit of a lighter note, which therefore will bring me to the Moemish of the week. Is, of course, ANC Greater Joburg Region spokesperson Chris Vondo. Chris Vondo is our Moemish of the week. For you to deny, dear Chris, that the ANC is corrupt is laughable and makes the party that you speak for just that more clownish and amusing to the rest of us. All right, that's it for this, the Friday edition. It's Friday. Yes, you thought I forgot to do that. This is the Friday edition of Vuka Nazo. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a slightly jovial one. Remember, you can get in touch with us here at the Big Daddy Liberty Show by finding us at our website, www.bigdaddyliberty.com. And of course, all our social media details are in the descriptors of this video. Hey, are you watching this on YouTube? Do me a solid favor. Hit that subscribe button and of course the bell notification so that every weekday from 7 a.m. you're notified when Vuka Nazo is on your screens. Happy Friday, Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday.